Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Chop House. I am your host, J Mac Main.
And I am Saheem the Dream.
Your girl.
And we have a newcomer to the group.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Victoria Elizabeth.
Okay. So you want to tell people where you're from?
Yes, I hail from Brooklyn. My family's from Barbados. I'm currently in Charleston. So, yeah, it's a little about me.
Brooklyn in the house. We got Brooklyn and New Jersey.
Brooklyn backup.
Okay. All New Yorkers. That's what I'm talking about. All New Yorkers.
Absolutely. Even Yokes. Yeah.
Word. Yeah, exactly. All right. So that's what's up. So how was your Valentine's Day?
Mine was quiet. Extremely quiet.
Both y'all
quiet too. I ain't do nothing too special, you know.
How I like it.
How you like it? What? I thought girls like Valentine's Day. I thought they was into all that lovey-dovey chocolate, stuff, teddy bears and roses and all that, spicy stuff.
That little shimmy?
Little spicy stuff. Spicy stuff. Spicy.
Yeah. No. I welcome gifts and chocolate and flowers all year long. Yeah, but it was really quiet. It was crickets on this side.
Oh, wow.
For Valentine's Day. Yeah, very, very peaceful. The way I like it. It's totally okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You said yours was quiet too, Si?
Yeah, mine's pretty quiet. We didn't do anything. Me and my wife didn't do anything. We just what did we do? Stay in the house.
Oh.
Stay in the house.
And you said yours was quiet too, Steph? Wow.
I watched that show. I watched it's on Netflix. It's about the Cecil Hotel in Los
Mm-hmm.
It's like the disappearance of like this girl.
Okay.
That's what I watched. It's a really good, like a late dinner, but quiet for me. I mean, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what I did.
What did you do, Jay?
So, yesterday morning, I woke up. I flew to Italy. I had to have dinner next to the Taj Mahal. So I flew to Italy, had dinner, lunch next to the Taj Mahal.
He's lying. He's lying. He's not do all that. He's lying.
No, are you crazy? I planned everything. Then I had the little boat ride where they played a violin with the little boat. We went down there, and then we ended up flying back. Then we went to. No, I'm lying. We didn't do any. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, if you could do all that, let me hold something. Break your boy off a piece. Break him off a piece, man. Boat rides and stuff. Drop a stat for your boy. Come on, man.
Honestly, mine it wasn't quiet. It's just I didn't do anything. Like I went to work yesterday morning. I got off, came home. What else did I do yesterday? Watched TV for a little bit. And that was it. So yeah, mine was right as well. So yeah.
Because
Speaking of-
everybody had quiet Valentine's days.
Yeah,
Nothing
the only thing
special.
I did, the only thing I did, I went to the supermarket and I looked around and I was like, it's crazy. Like, is it Thanksgiving? Like, everyone was in there shopping. And it occurred to me that everyone was trying to do their little quarantine thing, like quarantine dinner tonight. Everybody's getting their shrimp, the shrimp Alfredo. You got to tope that out for the night.
That's why there was no Alfredo sauce.
You should have went Saturday, Steph. You waited till Sunday.
Right. So it was on Souls. I was like, okay, everybody's trying to get a little romantic, duck down, sneaky linky kind of situation going on at home. I was annoyed with the lines and that was it. But it was definitely obvious that people were in there gathering their chocolates and wine and shrimp Alfredo.
Okay.
Got you. All right. So, in the spirit of Valentine's Day, comes our first question, ladies. If you receive your Valentine's Day gift today from a guy you're dealing with, do you feel like the side chick?
I think you should answer this first, Steph.
Right in the water.
Just dive right in.
It's like, do you together? Did you have to work or he had to work? Were you with family and he give you your gift today? Maybe he wanted to propose today and not yesterday to not be cliche. Things that you have to take into consideration. If I received Monday, I would feel away, but I don't really care Valentine's Day, so I think he's to shut me up. I would feel like the side chick, but that's just me. So
Okay.
Yeah. Listen, I'm not that forgiving. Yeah, I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt unless you died on Valentine's Day. There's no
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, as far as me feeling like the side chick, no, I mean, I would feel some type of way, but like he would then turn into the side dude. Like that's all it is. Because you always keep one in the back pocket, so it's fine.
So that's what ladies do. Okay.
So Valentine's Day is very important to you.
Honestly, it's not that I don't want to be hidden. So like, don't flex with me all year long, and then that day comes and you tucking me away. You feel me? Like you have to. Like that's the day that everybody is showing off. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? They boo, they beg, put me in the forefront. Don't play with me, and more importantly, don't play with my gifts. Like no, at bare minimum, like is Cash App broken? No, it's not. Like there's no excuse around this. Unless, like I said, unless he's dead. Like so.
So what if he's working though?
No. His fingers are working. The signal is working. Like no. This is something that could be avoided. There's no excuse. You could order the gift in advance. I can, receive it via mail. You can have a carrier come to my house. It takes nothing. It takes 2 seconds to send a Cash App.
Okay, so let's paint the scenario. Let's make the scenario, right? Okay. So say you with your guy, right? And you guys have a great relationship and everything is going great. And Valentine's Day comes and he doesn't do anything like significantly special, outside of what he's already been doing. How would you feel?
If it's consistent, no. If it's consistent, fine. Like if it's not extravagant, if it's in line with what he's been doing, that's fine. Like consistency is key. Like be consistent. Don't be a douchebag. Like don't fumble the ball on Valentine's Day. Like just be consistent. That's all. I mean, and it's not all on him either. Like I'm not exempt from buying gifts. I mean,
I like that. I like that answer. I like that. Yeah. I like that. You said you're not exempt from buying gifts. I like that.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, because I had a conversation with an employee of mine. I'm sorry, not employee. I'm sorry, a coworker of mine, right? And she came out and said, she was like, "What are you getting your wife for Valentine's Day?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "We might go out to eat. Not sure." And then I said, she's like, "You got a gift?" I said, "No, I didn't get a." I said, "No, I didn't get her a gift yet." She was like, "You ain't get your wife a gift." She was like, "You supposed to get her a gift. That's your wife." She's like, "Valentine's Day is for women." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Well, what about the man?" She was like, it's not for the man, it's for women." And I was like, "So I'm supposed to just give her a gift and I don't get anything in return?" Because I thought Valentine's Day was supposed to be about your Valentine, like, you sharing that love with the person you love, right? And she was like, "No, it's for women." This is what she said.
No. No. I definitely don't agree with that. No.
This is why she gets taken to like Olive Garden or BBQ.
Exactly. Thank
Oh,
you.
make that drive-through. I feel like, I mean, everyone feels like this holiday is just for men. It's not women. I mean, men need to appreciate it also. And not just yesterday, but other days. So yeah.
But let's be clear though. Let's be clear. The guys that are being taken care of, okay, they're the ones that are taking care of you. Like if you're holding me down, I'm holding you down. Like there's no I'm not, because there's this new culture of women, this subculture of girls. I know you've seen it on Instagram. They're buying their guys the nice watches. They're buying them the crazy cars. And it's kind of get into people's heads, and you got to understand that these are the same guys that are putting millions of dollars into these women, helping them start businesses, buying pieces of land. So, you gotta, everything has to be in sync, in tune. I'm not about to go all out for somebody that has left me hanging. Furthermore, I wouldn't even be with anyone like that. But if I was in that unfortunate situation, yeah, there would be no, I would be very, very, very single on Valentine's Day. So, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
So if you could give today, would you be the size dude?
If
Say that again?
Look your mouth. Close your mouth. You were and you got your gift today. Would you consider yourself the side dude?
Me personally, no. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't expect to get gifts anyway. So I mean, if I get a gift, it would shock me. To be honest with you, so I wouldn't feel that way.
If I got the gift, I mean, I'd be like, oh, to me, it's thoughtful. Like, nice, it's thoughtful. To answer your question, would I feel like the side dude? No. I wouldn't put that much thought into it. And I think in that period in our relationship, I would already know where we are at. So and I wouldn't really be expecting anything on Valentine's Day, truth be told. Like, I mean, the most I'd be expecting is a little action. But I'm satisfied.
So you guys. So just to be clear, you guys accept vagina for Valentine's Day. Like that's an acceptable.
Wait, hold on a second. Yeah? I'm not speaking for all men. I'm speaking for Saheem, right? But what I'm saying is, for me, right? What would satisfy me would be, I mean, because me personally, me as a person, as a man, like. If I'm with somebody, like if I'm with whoever I'm with, I'm just content with a good relationship, like great communication, having a real friendship. Like if I'm with my girl, like it has to be like a friendship. So if I have that, I'm content. All the gifts and all the other stuff, I feel like should be just an addition or a residual of the love that's already being spread throughout the relationship. So Valentine's Day comes and it's like, oh, honey, let's with my wife, she's like, oh, let's celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm like, all right, what do you want to do? Like, I'm like, what do you want to do? Like, you want to go out? You want to, to me, it's just like, if you give me something, cool. But if you ask me to get you something, I will definitely ask her, like, are you going to get me something? Because if I'm buying you something, I like gifts, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, give me something. But however, I'm not expecting anything.
All right. That makes sense. So for me to answer that question, sex has been my Valentine's Day gift for years. So I'm somewhat used to it. So I guess the quick answer is yes. But for me, honestly, at this point in my life, I'm more of a as long as you're me wanting to make you happy. You know what I'm saying? So with me, if I go out of my way and get you this stuff and do certain little things, it can be something small. It doesn't have to be extravagant, but if the fact that you're enjoying it and you appreciate it, that's my satisfaction. Now, of course, at the end of the day, I'm like, all right, well, I'm trying to, do this nightcap, but as long as you're happy, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's my Valentine's Day gift. The fact that I got you something and you like it.
I dig it. I support it.
I dig it, but I wanna add something onto that.
Go ahead.
The old me would have agreed with that. That notion that as long as the girl is happy, you're good. Like make her the center and the focal point. But you guys need to understand that you deserve happiness too. Like
Absolutely.
you deserve happiness too, and you deserve that attention and whatever it is you're trying to pour out. You deserve that back for sure.
All right, so we have another guest that's joining.
Come on.
Dej.
Dej is in the house. Hello, Dej.
Dej,
I wasn't ready.
Oh, my bad. All right.
But I'm here now.
All right, Dej. All right, so you want to introduce yourself? Tell people where you're from?
I'm Deja. I'm from Queens. I don't know what else am I supposed to say.
Oh, we got the whole New York vibe going. Okay, she's from Queens.
New York state of mind.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So the question that we just asked, it was, if you received your Valentine's Day gift today, would you feel like the side chick?
Let's see. If I received my Valentine's Day gift today, I mean, I would, because of who I am, I would joke about it. But there could be a lot of reasons as to why. But it has to be like the most logical reason. But I mean, all in all, it's like if I wasn't your first thought, then clearly I'm the side chick.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's like if it's your birthday and I give you your gift the day after your birthday, you're gonna be like, did you forget about me? Like,
also let's take into the account that Valentine's Day was on a Sunday.
I know.
There's no deliveries on a Sunday, so let's kind of.
There's what on Sunday?
There's no deliveries. The mailman does not deliver on Sundays.
Amazon delivers.
Okay.
So Amazon doesn't deliver on Sundays.
But wait, does the 14th change? Like, does Valentine's Day become the 13th?
Well,
the 15th?
Well, what about the factor of? Well, I mean, if you compare Valentine's Day to a birthday, it's a little different because birthday is like your birthday. Like that's expected that person's supposed to get you something. But Valentine's Day is like personally, I feel like, it's, I guess whoever wants to celebrate it. I'm like either way with it. Like in my mind, I don't really care. Like if my girl wanted to celebrate it, she's like, all right, I want to celebrate Valentine's Day. Give me something. And I'll be like, are you going to get me something? You know what I mean?
Right.
But
I feel like you're on cruise control. Like, how long have you been married?
Me? 9 years.
Yeah. See, you guys are in a comfortable zone where you guys can totally be like, you know what? It's just another day. Like, because you guys, you love each other, that foundation is laid, that love is there. It's no question. But if I just started dating someone 6 months ago,
okay,
Valentine's Day rolls up. You don't hit me up. You don't send me anything. That's a different context.
Right.
That's a different. You know what I mean? That's a different.
Yeah.
That's
right.
a different conversation.
Different story. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Good point.
You got another thing coming. You have a whole. Like you're on top right now. You good, right?
I'm good. Yeah.
You're simply blessed, according to the poster behind you.
Right. Jay got where's that?
You said I got what?
I said you got a ways ahead of you.
Oh yeah, I'm nowhere near that. Nowhere near. All right. So, ladies, you go on a date with a guy. On your first date, he pulls out a Groupon coupon to pay for the date. Is this a deal breaker for you?
No, because I love
I'll
Groupon.
probably have one too.
Right. Because the first thing I'm going to say is, where did you get that from? Did you get it from Living Social or did you get it from Groupon? Because you know it's two different
Or
things.
you get it from Post.
Right.
Oh, Post is okay. It's another one. Okay.
There's another one. Yeah, I know. I only know about Living Social and Groupon, but I know about Post.
Y'all
Okay.
gotta get on Post.
Yeah.
Post is the truth.
Okay.
Let me write that down. Post. Okay.
So no, that's not a problem. He's paying. I mean, I don't care how you pay, just pay.
Right.
As
As long as
pay.
the police aren't at the end of this dinner, I don't care.
Right. Like, do what you got to do. I'm good for the tip, but yeah,
Right.
handle it the way you need to handle it. Like, no, it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No.
What is
That's
a
a
deal
thrifty
breaker?
man.
What is
Right.
a deal breaker is him saying we need to split the bill.
Oh
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're not. No.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing
I
that.
pay, either I pay or you pay.
Right.
Also, the first day there's no, hey, let's split the bill because I ain't think you
no.
ordered the lobster tail.
If you can't afford to take someone somewhere, don't take that person.
I agree. No, I agree.
No, I disagree with that notion. Like, if you are on a budget, let me know ahead of time so that I don't embarrass you. Because I like the finer things, so I am going to order that glass of champagne. I am going to order that the lobster tail.
Okay.
But just let
Okay,
me know. Let me know ahead of time so that I can be prepared. Like, all right, this is a budget meal. Let's just order appetizers, a drink, and be out. Like, we good. Like, I'll know protocol. Don't spring that up on me. I'm with Steph on that. Like, let's not play those games. Like, either you got it or you don't. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I've never heard that before. Many women tend to, because I get what you guys are saying, Stephanie and Victoria. I definitely get what you guys are saying. Like, first, because I truly agree. Like, if a man asks a woman out, he should pay the bill. Like, you asked her out. We're trying to get to know her, and she's getting the opportunity to know you. So if you ask her out, of course, the gentleman thing to do is pay the bill. And then Victoria, very interesting. It was like, okay, if you are on a budget, I'm saying, let her know, because a lot of women are not that understanding. Like, they won't take that understanding
I think
approach.
that's the assumption. You guys think we're not that understanding. Communication is key. Let us know what's going on so that we'll be able to navigate and treat the situation appropriately. Don't assume that we're not that understanding. No.
A word. All right. So let me hit you with a story. Let me hit you with a story real quick, Victoria. Story time. With Saheem the Dream. Story time. You ready for story time?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Story time. Okay. This is a real story. Okay. So, this is how I met my wife, right? So my wife, of course, like Victoria, she likes the finer things, She likes the little bubbly, she likes the, finer things, Very sophisticated woman, all that good stuff, right? So what happened was, when me and her met, it wasn't an official date. It was like, I didn't even know I was going to meet her, but a mutual friend had set up the arrangement for us to meet, right? So we meet at his house. He calls me. He says, "Yo, I want you to come to my house." He said, "I want you to come to my house." He said, "Can you make it here about X amount of time?" I said, "Yeah, I can be there about whatever." And then he says, "Just come by at this time." So I'm like, "All right, cool." I get there, and then he calls her, lets her know to come at whatever time to come. She comes, right? So I'm on the couch, and when I get there before her. But he tells me, he says, "Hey, I have somebody for you to meet." So I'm like, "Okay, cool," because I was talking to him about I was like, a bunch of people. I said, "You should hook me up with somebody, yada, yada, yada." So he said, "All right, I know somebody for you to meet." So she comes, she walks in the door. Now, mind you, this is not a date. This is just us meeting each other. She comes in the house, she sits down. She's a little shy, whatever. She's just sitting there. So I'm like, all right, so I break the ice. "Hey, what's up? My name is Saheem. What's your name?" She says, "Her name is Chanel." We have conversation. Conversation is going great. We talking about movies. We talking about this. We laughing. Conversation is great. It's one of the best conversations I've ever had with a female, right? So night ends, we have to go home. We have to take a cab to the LRR, to go to our destination, right? At this time, I was on a budget, right? So, I spent a lot of money just to go and see her. It took a lot of money out of my pocket just to get to LR. I mean, just to get to Long Island because my friend was deep in Long Island, whatever. So anyway, I get there. I get there to go see her. I meet her, whatever. Anyways, the cab comes. We get in the cab. She said the first deal breaker for her was when we both got in the cab, I didn't open the door for her, right, to get in the cab. Mind you, when the cab came, I was in the bathroom. Before you leave, sometimes you go somewhere, you go to use the bathroom because it's just like a habit. So anyway, but that's too much information. But anyway, I go to the bathroom, use the bathroom. She's in the cab already. I didn't even get to open the door for her. So she gets in the cab, right? And she said, and this is what she's telling me. She said in her mind at that time, that was strike one, right? So then when we get to our destination, the cabbie was like, oh, he tells us the amount of money that we have to pay for the cab. I give my half, and I was like, oh, she's like, here's my half, and I gave my half, and then she says that was strike number 2 because I didn't pay for the cab. I'm like, okay. We get on the LRR, we buy tickets, we get on the train. I say, we have a little bit of conversation on the train. I get her number. I say, hey, can I get your number? Call you sometime. She's like, all right, cool. She said already in her mind, at that time when she had gave me her number, she already compartmentalized me as being just a guy, like, her little, I don't know, her cuddle buddy, as she called him, whatever she called him, whatever, right? So that's what you already labeled me as, right? So mind you, all this stuff is going on in her head and she's not communicating this with me, right? She's not letting me know this. But she thought that I was supposed to, on a meetup, I was supposed to pay for her cab fare and open her door as if we were on a date. I didn't officially ask her out, but the reason why I got her number was so that I can officially ask her out and take her out on a date. When we went on a date, that's when I paid for dinner and opened the door and did all that, chivalrous stuff, right? So the thing is that you can see, I think one of the things that gets missed is the communication. Sometimes it's like those things are not communicated, like the terms of what's a deal breaker or what you don't like, what you like. Some women do communicate it on the date. Some women don't. They just record it in their mind and says, you know what, this guy's a loser, I'm out, and then keep it moving. But she didn't communicate. I didn't find that out until after.
Well, I mean, you have to be fair. First of all, first appearances or everything, like when you first meet someone, you're gonna, unfortunately, you are going to judge. You are. So you you gave her things to think about. It wasn't a deal breaker because if it was, she wouldn't have went on an actual date with you. So you just gave her little things to think about, little red flags, like, you know what? Okay, he's a cheap guy. I can't do it. Like, let me just, like, she probably had some extra money tucked in her bra during the date. You know what I mean? Just in case you flaked out on the bill. But it wasn't a deal breaker. And at that point, the communication couldn't be on a crazy level because you guys are just starting to get to know each other, just starting to know each other's nuances, different flows, energies to see if you guys are in sync. So no, I mean, I think that it's unrealistic for you to think that off the rip, a guy is going to be perfect, but on that official date, you bring out the big guns or it's a wrap, baby. Like, we ain't coming back. We're not coming back. Like, if you would have did that, if she would have observed that behavior during the date, it probably would have been a wrap for you. But because it was a casual setting, she gave you a pass a little bit. Obviously, if she gave you that,
Well, it was actually a mutual friend of ours who convinced her. Like, if the mutual friend wasn't there, I think she would have already put me in that box on that, just by that one experience, which I personally thought wasn't fair. But because it wasn't an official date, because again, it was just, we just met, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask her out. But it was a mutual friend of ours that said, hey, you should give him a chance. Like, hey, don't just like, throw him to the side like that, give him a chance, yada, yada, yada. And she finally decided to say, okay, all right, I'll open up. Because I was trying to communicate with her. And then eventually, she was like, all right, she said, okay, cool, I'll go out with you. And then I was like, all right, cool. So then I felt like that was the fair chance, but I felt like she didn't even give me a fair shot. And that's what I notice is like, you know, sometimes with when it comes to dating with guys, like only like it's usually I can't say usually unless the girl really likes the guy. Like the guy could be whatever, but I feel like it depends on the woman sometimes. But guys usually have one chance, like that one date, unless the girl really likes him and thinks he's really cute.
Are you not familiar with the expression that time is money? We don't have time to be waiting on you guys to kind of figure it out. Like, I need you to understand that you need to, bring your A game off the rip, and that's it. Like,
Okay.
I'm not that men are disposable, because I feel like I'm coming off a little too abrasive, but we don't have time. Like a focused career woman, educated, we don't have time for nonsense. Like it's a small margin when it comes to that. So I mean, if we're stepping out of our comfort zone and making time, clearing our schedule for you, and then that time is spent with someone that isn't prepared. I mean, go back and get some practice and then come back to me later. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go spin the block and then come back. Cause look.
Here. So Escobar Ellis says, love the show. Peter Gunn says, my boy Sai on the show. So Peter Guns also said, Sai, you're lying. You met your wife on the internet. But he does have an interesting point. So this is his point. Now I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm just gonna read it and see what y'all think about it. He said, when you feel like crap, they'll communicate with you more. But if you treat them like how they expect to be treated, that's when they take advantage of you and think you're supposed to know or do everything.
Wait, say that again. I didn't hear you was breaking up.
Wait, what?
So what he says is, when you treat a female like crap, they'll communicate with you more. But if you treat them like how they expect to be treated, that's when they take advantage of you and think that you're supposed to know or do everything.
Is that true?
I can't.
No, that's not true.
I will be completely transparent. Maybe the younger version of me, I would respond to something like, so that negative energy would get a response out of me, or a rise out of me. So I would be like trying to prove him wrong, or like, no, what are you talking about? What are you doing? But the new me, like the evolved, more mature me,
it's above me now.
Yeah, that's not. Listen, you're below my pay grade. We're good. Where you're not on my level, you're not ready for this. So move along. Do what you got to do.
So mature men, and because we talked about this, I think it was maybe 2-3 lives ago. We were talking about women falling for bad boys, and some men feel like, or most men feel like that women do like the bad boys, or that bad boy side where the guy is a little bit more careless, and careless because some women think it's adventurous and they like the drama, and that is not boring because they feel like the guy who attends to their needs and gives them what they want is too boring. It's like there's no excitement, there's nothing that really stirs everything up. So
well, the beauty of it is, in 2021, I feel like the bad boy and the bad guy exists. Like there's men out there that they could do both. They could be the bad guy when they need to be, and they could be the good guy when they need to be too. Like I don't think that there should be a time that you gotta compromise. You understand? Like, hey, look. Like, I think there's a lot of guys that could do both. Right? Get you a guy that could be the bad guy and the nerd too. Like we need that yin and that yang, baby. Like, no, you don't have to compromise. It's fine.
Not
because bad guys are interesting. They are fun, but I'm not interested. I'm not interested in my heart broken. Like
I'm a good guy. I'll admit it.
You're a good guy. You said.
I'm definitely a good guy.
What makes you think that? Who told you that? Is this a self-declaration, or like did someone tell you? Like who told you that?
Everyone tells me.
Jay is a good guy.
Yeah,
R&B. That is it.
I disagree. I do listen to rap. Okay, I listen to everything, but my preference and my go-to is R&B. Now, I've heard women all the time say, "You're a sweetheart. You're this. You're that," but You know what I'm saying? But just not for me or not. And my last two situations, the girl they said, you know, you're really not the guy I would really typically go for because I'm just that. But yeah, I am nice, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, we live and you learn.
Right. And the thing about it is that like I've had this is one story that definitely sticks out to me. And I'm gonna just make it very brief. But there's a person I knew who fell in love with this girl, and you know, they were head over heels with this girl, and this girl winds up breaking his heart, going back to her ex, and then after her and her ex doesn't work out, she comes back to him. And then he's like, well, why are you here? You know, and after, like, in that moment when he got his heart broken, in that time when she was back with her ex and she had, you know, left, he had, you know, gotten to this place where he was just meeting casual women and just doing his thing. And then he was just feeling like much of himself didn't pay off, you know? So, and then he just kind of just felt like, you know, it didn't make any sense. He was like, I gave her what she wanted. And then in return, I wound up getting heartbroken just for her to go out back to the person who did what she did to me, to do that to her again, to now to have her come back to me. So I feel like, you know, a lot of guys experience that too. Like a lot of men experience that. So that's why, you know, some men feel like it doesn't, because there's that expression like nice guys finish last.
We do.
You know, so they're not aggressive enough.
Well, I think that's an opportunity for you guys to recognize that in a woman and actually hit the pause button instead of forcing, or not forcing, but instead of pursuing a woman like that. You need to recognize that you need to let her know that she needs to resolve her issues before you guys can even get to that level. You know what I mean? Like you're in the space of a woman that's broken or hurt or kind of, you know, lingering about her ex, whatever it is. If you recognize that should be your red flags. You should be like, you know, fix that. And then we could kind of do our thing. So, you know, you have to hold yourself accountable. You're responsible for your space and your time.
What about if she's not lingering over her ex and she just does that?
Yeah, see, that's the difference. That's a different kind of beast. I don't even know. Like that's
it happens.
A little crazy. That's a little crazy. But hurt people. So, you know, that's some unresolved issues still that you just didn't tap into. She didn't tap into or address. You know, it's a lot of us running around here hurt. And unfortunately, it's a lot of, you know, cycles going on. We're hurting each other. Well, not you. You're all booed up for the last 20 years. You're good. But it's crazy out here.
All right, Steph, you have anything to add?
Steph, Dej,
what you had something to say, Dej?
Maybe he was doing things that reminded her of her ex. So he triggered her. Instead of her dealing with that with someone new, I'm going to go back to my old boo and deal with that shit. Deal with him. Instead of adding someone else going through that with a new person.
A new guy. Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to play the first video that we're going to talk about. I'm going to get you guys' opinion and reaction on it. And we'll talk about it.
Sorry, I don't know what I did. It just
based on our marriage laws and the contract we signed with each other,
right,
to have sex with anybody else.
Right.
So these urges that come, I have to share them with the one person I decide to spend the rest of my life with. So that brings me right? I don't understand, and this is what we can discuss as a woman, because I don't want to say it's a man versus woman thing, but a lot of women do complain, oh, my husband's always on me. Why is he always on me? If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on men?
Well, who's to say I pushed anything on anybody? Like,
well, we know that you pushed monogamy on me.
I pushed monogamy. I forced you to get married to me?
Time out. I didn't say you forced me to get married, but did you not say to me that you wanted to be engaged and you wanted to be married before you lived with me? You didn't say that?
I want $1 billion. That don't mean I'm gonna get it. I can want something, but not.
You right now. You dodging the question.
Nobody pressed you to do it. Yes, is that something I wanted? Yes, it was. But
you didn't press me. Are you gonna lie now to the people because we're talking about sex? You're gonna lie now to the people?
Knowing.
Kadeem, you didn't want monogamy?
Of course I did.
So then why are you avoiding the question?
That's not avoiding the question. I'm saying, does that mean because I wanted and I requested that you were going to deliver it? Like, nobody pressed you for that.
No, you requested it. Do you not hear yourself?
I can make a request. Is the request going to be granted?
Am I not granting you monogamy?
You are granting it to me.
So this is my question.
Look at your boy. Look at your boy.
This is my question. If you wanted monogamy,
okay,
why would you want monogamy if sex is a chore for you? That's the question. You're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question, but at first you said women or in general me specifically are pushing monogamy on somebody. Okay, yes, that's something that I wanted, but I didn't press you for it and be like, I'm gonna hold a gun to your head to propose to me. Also, let me finish. Also, I don't feel like I was adequately prepared for marriage, and I've said that before because if I knew that marriage and monogamy was going to involve me trying to meet you where you were at sexually for years to come, then I probably would have reevaluated if I wanted to be monogamous anyway.
So that's fair, but we're not even talking about marriage. Let's even talk about dating, right?
Okay.
Two people are dating. Typically in society, who asks for exclusivity first, a woman or a man?
I would say a woman.
Thank you. That was my whole point. See, you were going all over the place. If women typically ask for exclusivity first, then when they get exclusivity, say, he always on me, he always want to have sex. Why are we asking men for exclusivity if we do not want to participate in sex at the same level as men? We have to think about what that does to a man, and I don't think that conversation is being had.
Okay, I agree, and that part I agree with. Yes, that women are typically the ones that will ask for the exclusivity. I get that, yes. But what I'm saying is, me as a woman, I don't think that I was necessarily prepared or in the mindset to know that. It's almost like once you get into it, then you're like, oh shoot, like this is what I'm gonna have to keep up with. Us speaking as 36-year-old people know that now. Had I known that at 26, I would have to contend with that. Even in the dating realm, then it might have been something I would have reevaluated.
So now let's go back to what you asked me. You said to me you never pressured me to get married. In 2007, we were living together, right? You said you no longer wanted to live up with me and shack up with me because you wanted to be my wife, not my girlfriend.
Right, because I wanted to know where
that don't sound like pressure to you?
It sounds like me voicing where I see my life going. It sounds like me saying, this is what I would like. You can decide to meet me there. If not, we can reevaluate what exactly we're doing.
Okay. Additionally,
would I call it pressure per se? Not necessarily pressure.
It is pressure. But you don't want to say it's pressure. What about being engaged?
You might have felt pressure.
What about being engaged?
Pressure behind it.
I said, we don't got to rush to get married. You said, I don't want to be engaged longer than a year. Is that not pressure?
That's me voicing my opinion about it.
Sounds like pressure to me. So you say you want to be engaged, I get engaged. You say you want to be married within a year. We do that. We get married, then you make it seem like sex is a chore to your husband. Once again, I ask the question, why do women who push forth monogamy on the man they're dating then get overwhelmed with that man who tries to provide that monogamy to you? Why do you get upset when we're trying to be what you want us to be? You don't want me to be with no one else, right? Right? I'm asking. This is a serious question.
Yes,
you don't want me to be with no one else.
Absolutely.
So if I decide that all this testosterone I have, I want to give to you, why is this so overwhelming now? This is what you asked for.
Again, 26 and 27-year-old Kadeem was like, okay, here's the natural succession of life. You graduate, you're working, you meet somebody, you guys are dating. You want children.
Yes.
I want children.
Yes.
We don't want to wait too long or too late to have children.
Yes.
Though now a lot of people are waiting until their 30s to have children.
And I understand why.
And we at that time felt like, well, we're doing everything in this natural succession that the forces that be have given us this timeline. However, I did not realize that after having children, after, career changes, all of the turbulences that we've been through in life, that was going to have a direct effect on my sex drive.
Wow, that was a lot.
Wow. Yeah. Very spicy. Can I say this? Anytime you ask a person a question and they answer the question with the question, they're obviously evading the question. And they're going to talk a whole bunch of nonsense, that totally does not pertain to answering the question. And then you got to dig and dig and dig until you finally get the direct answer that you're asking for. She evaded that and she tried to evade as much as she could until he was able to bring everything full circle back around to her actually answering the question. But that is one of the most asked questions. Well, one of the things that a lot of guys kind of like really deal with, and they ask that question. They have that question toward women. And I've actually, okay, because I know you guys, and I know, yeah, you guys are real quiet, and I know that I heard women say this all the time. They be like, yeah, if he's my man and we marry, he gonna get it every night. He gonna get it as much as I can give it to him, and da 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 da. They say all that stuff. It gets real. They talk real spicy. It's all real, but when it's time to get down, they nowhere around. So I'm just saying, right? A lot of
Okay,
guys.
so
No, go ahead, Steph. Go ahead.
you guys have to understand that in certain realms of life, women change, right? And the desire changes. You
Okay.
can't go to work and then just come home and offer dick. That's all you
Mhm.
have to offer to me. And I say this a lot. We all have to learn our love languages. A lot of men, their love language is touch. They feel love when we want them sexually, desire them that way, right?
Yeah.
But that's all you want. That's all you want. That shit is exhausting. That's like when a woman, like if you're in a relationship with a woman or you're
Mhm.
in a marriage, right? The woman
Mhm.
doesn't want kids. You want a kid. She gives you a kid. That shit changes for her drastically. Why? Because she gave you something that she did not want.
Okay.
Now she has to adjust her life to being a mother, something that she was not prepared for. So
Okay.
now she gave you something that she did not want. Now she doesn't want to have sex with you anymore because of how her life has changed. What it
Ooh.
did to her body, how
Mhm.
insecure that she has become because of what that child, like birthing a child, has done to her body. But
Okay.
you guys don't take all that into consideration. It's like,
Mm.
oh, you don't want to have sex with me. Well, why don't I want to have sex with you? How are you showing me that you love me? Yes, you can want me, you can desire me, and I love that, right?
Mhm.
But especially with a woman that is dealing with like insecurity issues, yeah, that's great and all, but you just want to have sex, that's it. There's no intimacy in it. Where are you feeding me that intimacy where I'm going to want you?
Mhm.
That's the question
Okay.
y'all need to ask
Well,
yourselves.
all
Cool.
right, hold on,
Well,
Sal.
no, 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 hold on. No. I'm married. Hold on a second. Chill. Hold on. Let me.
Hold on, wait. Before you start, we do have a comment. So Ciola says, "Well said, Steph." So she definitely agrees with what Steph, how Steph put it down. Okay, go ahead, Sal.
Okay. So let me just try to go through a little bit some of the things you mentioned. Like, so you said a guy gets married, like, a couple, they're married, the man wants a child, the woman gives him a child, and now she has to prepare to be a mother, and that's something that she has to prepare to do. But he also has to prepare to be a father as well. So that has
But
to be
however,
that has to be put into
men
accountability as
men
well.
are quick to say, "Oh, I'm a dad, I'm a father," but don't change diapers. They don't wake up in the middle of the night to help that mother with that child. They can't even stay with the child. It's like they pick up the child for 5 minutes. Oh, he's crying or she's crying. I can't shut the baby up. Here, you take them because you know how to handle the kid.
Okay.
That is not fair. So you can say, yeah, we have to adjust with being a father, but are you actually doing more than just the providing and the protecting that you were raised to, how you were raised? We were raised years ago, where the men only provide and protected. The women did the nurturing and stuff like that. We don't live in those times anymore. Women are out here building businesses, going to work, making their own six figures, and still having children and having to come home to cook, clean, and take care of the kids. And men come home from work and offer dick. That's it.
Okay, well, hold on a
What
second.
can I do with that?
Wait a minute. That's not no. That's not all that men do. Because men just don't offer. They don't offer. They don't offer they don't offer just. They don't just offer that. Men do change diapers. Like there's a guy that I know, who lives in my complex. He loved being a father. He loved raising his kids. He would feed them their formula. He would take care of. He helped his wife. His two wives that he had, raising their kids. Like he would feed the baby formula, he would watch the baby, he would get up and do everything to assist with the mother with taking care of the child. So that's not all men. And then the other thing is that you like again, men are more simple. Like okay, like it's very simple for us. Like yes, we want sex, but at the same time, sex is not just the only level of intimacy, because sex is one level of intimacy. The other level of intimacy is communication and friendship. So men are offering the level of communication of being there for you when you want to come home and complain about your hard day, about Sheila and Ashley and Rhonda and how they did you wrong. Like we're there to sit there and listen to that stuff. We're there to take you out and be there to provide. Like we're providing those levels of intimacy, because part of intimacy is not just sex, it's communication, it's being there for that person and caring for that person. So men do provide those things too. But
Not all men.
if the woman's love language is taking her out, giving her flowers and stuff like that, like men don't mind giving that woman that, but if she's not giving him that touch that he so desperately needs, that caress of her silky smooth skin at night, then
Can I
it's
ask you
very
a
simple for
question?
us.
Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Who
Sure.
told you that women don't want that? Who told you that women don't want sex too? Like we want it too.
Yeah.
It's just it just like maybe like not at the time that you want to give it to us. You understand? Like you guys want to give it to us when we're in the middle of, I don't know, we're in the middle of cooking your dinner, cleaning the bathroom.
On
You
a
come up
conference
behind us like
call.
they like
Conference call?
Wait, you know what?
we on a Zoom. You wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like you wanna give it to like we on a Zoom. Y'all showing up naked. Like we want it too. Like make no mistake, we want it too. We just may not want it at the time that you guys are giving. I think that we just have to get back on the same page with that, because
And I don't necessarily think women pressure men into marriage. It's just a standard that we have.
You do.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
We have a standard. We're telling you this
Okay.
is what our standard is, right? Us being the good girl that you want to keep, you decide, I'm gonna propose to her. I'm gonna ask her to marry me. I'm gonna marry her. I'm gonna have children with her, right? You make that decision. A lot of men feel like, oh, you pressured me. I didn't pull my Glock out and say, yo.
Okay. All right. So to play devil's advocate, let's hold on, wait a second.
Let's say one thing. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, Dan. Let me just say this one thing. Let me say
She's
one
been
thing.
quiet. I know she got something to say though.
I know. Let me just say this one thing. But then, okay, so yeah, you sit there, you cooking, you cleaning, and then your man come up behind you like, yeah, baby, start, whispering in your ear, and he wants some right now. And then what happens is he trying to get some. You like, no, get off me. I'm cleaning. I'm washing dishes. Why you gotta come up? Why you in my face? Why are you in my face? Women love to say that. Why are you all in my face? And then what happens is then, huh?
Do you have kids at this point, right? Because if I'm washing dishes and you come up behind me, right?
Hold on a second. Then what happens is that when you don't give him anything, when he's trying to be spontaneous, you say to him, "Oh, you're not spontaneous enough. You don't do anything spontaneous. What happened to the old you? The old you that used to do all this spontaneous stuff. I'm like, yo, I was just trying to be spontaneous 5 minutes ago while you was cooking SpaghettiOs and I was coming up behind you trying to give you some money. What happened?
But that's sexual spontaneous. That's sexual spontaneous. When we say you're not spontaneous, most times women are not seeking the sexual thing because we know it's there. We know you fucking want that shit all the time. So we know it's there. We just gotta flick. Oh, good.
Oh, so you're saying that women take it for granted. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that women take it for granted. Don't twist my words.
I didn't twist your words. I just asked the question.
We just know that we could flick the light in the bathroom and you ready.
Because you know what happens? You know what happens when a man stops being sexual with his wife? You know what happens? You know what happens, Stephanie. You know what happens. She'd be like, why you don't touch me no more? Why you don't kiss me no more? You don't love me no more? What happened?
All right, so
all right. At any point, did that man cheat on his woman that made her not want to desire him?
Facts.
Ask that question again. You said, does that make a man want to cheat on his woman at that point that she doesn't?
So you're giving your man all the sex, and he still cheats.
Yeah.
Is it okay for the woman to not want to desire you in that way?
Absolutely. If a man steps outside of his marriage, steps outside the relationship, and he decides to cheat with another woman, and the woman has been giving him those things that he asked for, and she feels like she doesn't want to desire him anymore, it's totally understandable. That's totally understandable because again, you violated the sanctity of that relationship. Absolutely. So she's absolutely right to feel disgusted. Like, yo, I gave you everything you wanted, and then all of a sudden you turn around and you step outside. Like, anybody, male or female, should feel that way. Absolutely.
All right. So, Days, you got something to say? Because I want to go on a little rant in a second. So I want to let you get in there.
No, I have nothing to say. I'm just taking it everybody's right now. I'm just taking it in.
Come on, Dave.
All right. So
I just go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So to reply to Stephanie's comments. First and foremost, I do feel that you women do sort of pressure us into marriage, and it is why I say this because I'm gonna say why. Okay.
Don't say you women. Say women.
Okay, women. Okay. Some women do pressure guys into marriage, and I say that because if you're dealing with all right, so I'll use my personal example. I was dating a girl for a while. We were dating for a long time, and she asked me. She was like, "Yo, I want to get married. Why are we not getting married?" At the time, we were living together. We did everything. We did everything as if we were married. So I'm like, okay, so if we get married, what will be the big difference? The fact that it's legal, you know what I'm saying? And outside of it being legal, you know what I'm saying? If it doesn't work, now it's going to cost more money to break this union. You know what I'm saying? I'm faithful to you. I'm showing you everything. I'm giving you everything that a husband would give you. So what will be the difference with us getting married than what we're doing right now? What will be the big difference?
So you're admitting that she made a mistake by giving you everything before marriage. Are you admitting that? Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like you're admitting that she made a mistake.
I'm not saying she made a mistake because at the same time, I was giving her everything. You know what I'm saying? So we were giving each other everything. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like most guys, we don't think about marriage or getting married. You know what I'm saying? We want to do it. We do it because, for y'all. Because, ladies want it. So we're like, all right, my lady want to get married. Cool, let's do it.
Wait, hold on. No.
Here's a brand new notion. How about doing what you want to do? There's one life. Why are you doing something that you don't want to do? You have the wherewithal and the power to do what you want to do, no matter what someone else wants.
That's true. But if you're with a woman who you feel you want to spend the rest of your life with, if this is what because at the end of the day, any relationship, any situation is about compromise. Like, okay, well, if you want to get married, all right, cool, let's get married, because at some
No,
point
you compromise on dinner. You compromise on where you're going to go for dinner tonight. You don't compromise on who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. I'm sorry. That's not a compromise.
No, but if you plan, if it's the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and this is what she wants, you're like, all right, you know what? Let's do it.
But that just sounds like you're just not.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like you're like, okay, you know what? Let me just give her a ring so she can shut up.
Yeah.
Like obviously the conversation can happen.
It's not for me to say, okay, let me give a ring so you can shut up. It's more so it's gonna make you happy, because at the end of the day, if I don't give it to you, then you're gonna come to that crossroads. Okay, do I want to keep doing this, or am I gonna bounce because he's not taking me serious?
It just sounds like you're not holding yourself accountable. Right. Exactly. You're not holding yourself accountable. Like you're in control of your life. Like, this is your life. This is your life. No one else can
to walk away.
Absolutely. Or communicate like, hey, I'm not ready for this yet. I'm not ready. I love you. I want to be in this. I see a future with you, but I'm not ready. It is okay to say that. You might lose the girl, but I mean, at least you're not trapped in a situation you don't want to be in. At least you're not trapped.
Trust me. If that was the case, I would be married right now. You know what I'm saying? But I stood my ground. I was like, this is not what I want. I'm not ready. I honestly wasn't ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As much as he pushed and wanted it, I wasn't that ready for that. And realistically, I told her, I'm like, yo, because even if we talk, I was like, I'll tell her, like, hey, listen, see, I'm glad we didn't get married because I wasn't ready. You know, it's certain things I still have to go through in order to know, like, okay, well, this is, as a man, I had to go through certain things that I didn't go through at the time. So I'd have been making a bunch of mistakes in marriage that probably would have led to the divorce. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason why I personally didn't get married. Even though as much as she pushed, as much as she wanted it, I wasn't ready for it.
Well, good for you. Like spread the word between you and all your friends. Let every other guy know that they have the willpower to, this is their lives.
Okay,
spread the word.
I think that a lot of people have seen failed marriages from their parents, from their aunts and uncles, from their siblings, that they feel like that is the norm. That I hear a lot of people say, like, happy wife, happy life. That shit is bullshit to me.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
If you're not happy, that's what leads men to cheat and seek that happiness outside of the household. So we need to stop that happy wife, oh, she's happy, I'm happy.
Thank you.
No, that shit is completely bullshit. People need to stop saying, oh, my person completes me. When that person leaves, what the hell happens to you? If you're not complete on your own, if you're not happy on your own, another person is not going to do it for you. Once that person leaves, all that goes with it. And then you have to find yourself to build yourself, and it leads you to looking for someone else to make you feel happy and complete.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Totally agree. But I think with men, with most men, I know most guys, that I've talked to, they'll go and they'll play the player role, and not necessarily play the player role intentionally, but sometimes it's unintentional. Sometimes it's just that they'll meet a lot of women who are just there to have fun, or girls who are just interested in them because, the girl may think they're cute, or they may talk to the girl, and the girls, they get this rhythm going with the girl, and then, they have fun with her, but then nothing serious comes out of it. But most guys that I know, and I know this, and I'm not just saying most guys, but let me just say male and female, when people meet somebody that they're into, they know that's who they want to be with. It's very simple. Like if you meet somebody and you're into them and you want to be with them, those feelings connect. That the energy is right. You have a good relationship, a good level of communication. You guys are great together. You want to spend the rest of your life with that person. And when there's guys who play the play card, they meet that girl and they be like, no, this is the one. That's it, plain and simple. It's just how it is. But most men, I definitely do agree with that guy in the video that when it comes to relationship with men and women, that men at times are forced, and not forced, but have that pressure put on them about marriage. It's true. Like in my example, I didn't put the pressure on her. I proposed to her. You know what I'm saying? So I was the one who said to her, like, after we dated for like a little bit, I was like, hey, what is this? Like before, like we kind of, I mean, we didn't really mess around, but things got a little physical, and it wasn't nothing sexual, but I was just like, after that first night, I was just like, hey, I was like, where we like, what is this? What are we doing with this? Because I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time, giving you affection and giving you, number one, my time, and then nothing serious is coming out of this. I don't got, again, like you were saying before, Victoria, I ain't got time to waste. So I ain't gonna be sitting here giving you my time, and then ain't nothing serious coming out of this. What is this? So then she was in that position where she was like, I've talked to different guys, and some guys have never came at me like that, but you the first guy to come at me like that. And then she was like, well, I'm interested in a relationship and I'm open for it. I'm like, all right, cool. So then we can start from here and start a relationship. And then in our relationship, I knew, she was the one, and I proposed to her, plain and simple. It wasn't really that hard.
Guess what you just described? A healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Like that's communicating, that's setting boundaries, that's setting goals together. You guys were very clear and concise about what you expected from each other. And if more people did that, there would be more success, or more realization early on that, hey, this isn't working, or we're not going in the right, the same direction. So let's kind of break away. Nothing wrong with dating. I feel like people kind of shun that. You see how you described your males are sometimes players. Are they players, or are they just dating? Because essentially, until you lock something in with someone, you have to kind of play the field. You have to date and see what's out there and see who's kind of evenly yoked with you, or is someone for you. There's nothing wrong with dating. There's also nothing wrong with being alone either, but that's a different story.
Okay.
No, I totally agree. Absolutely.
Okay, let's have another question for you ladies. Would you propose to your man? No?
Would you get down on one knee? Get down on one
No.
If
I was 60 and it didn't happen for me, you know what I mean? I had some young stud, if I was like straight cougar, status, didn't have no more options. Yeah, for sure. Before that, if it's not that situation, that's absolutely not. It's not happening. No. That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
No. What about you?
No.
Steph?
No. Because it'll be the same situation you said. Like, you guys will be like, oh, you forced us into a corner. What was I supposed to say? You was on one knee. I couldn't just leave you there. I had to say yes so you could stand up and get off on the concrete. Like, no, I had to do something. I had to make a move. I couldn't make you feel bad in front of your friend. Like, no, please. It'll be another, no.
All right, so we have a comment. All right, so Arian said no, she wouldn't. She said she don't want to take away from that moment. Miranda said hell no. And she also says the dude is never forced to do anything. Trust me, if I get the vibe that we're in it together, that's dead.
So
I just feel like,
what's up?
I just feel like at this point, I just feel like at once you get to the point, like once you get to the age of 30, nobody's forcing. Well, really, any age of 18, nobody's forcing you to do anything. But it's like, if I have to force you to be with me, you're gonna be miserable, and you're not gonna get on my nerves for the next 30 odd years. So I'm not gonna propose to you. I'm sorry. And plus, I don't take rejection very well. So there's that.
Yeah,
same.
So Deja, so Deja, you with your man, you get on one knee and you proposing. Tells you no.
You know me. You know I'm not getting on one knee.
She's like, it ain't happening.
Hypothetically, no.
She's like, don't even hypothetical situation.
No, because that hypothetical gonna be a fake knee. Because I'm not doing it.
Ain't no thing that good for me to get on.
Did you not see what Chrissy did to Jim Jones?
Nah.
Yeah.
Like,
Did she
Jim Jones and Chrissy, she proposed to him, and she still ain't got no ring after he told her no.
Oh, well, he said no.
He's a boy for life.
Yeah, but then she tried to force him, and then she gave him space, and he still didn't propose to her. So no.
Okay, fair. All right, so let's watch another video and let's see what you guys think about this one here.
said that men should not chase women. I mean, men should not chase women. So, what do you mean by that?
All right. So yes, I had a recent video where I have 3 reasons why men should not chase women. And the reality is that, one, we've taken this "he who finds a wife" scripture and distorted it completely. Finding is not the same thing as chasing. Okay, find can be to come upon something. However, chasing is like going after something that's running away from you, that is making you go through extra hoops. And the reality is that in relationship dynamics, we have a lot of women who are sitting back saying, okay, he has to prove to me that he's worth it, right? But the reality is that you're in that position because you've been hurt before and you have not healed from that. So now you have your walls up. That is setting the dynamic up to now be dysfunctional and unhealthy. And there's so many things that can go wrong there. I can go through a whole list of reasons why this is going to cause problems. The man's going to lose focus in his life. All right, the man can easily now start to overlook red flags because he's busy chasing. And that's not what God wants any of us to do. Men or women, we're not supposed to chase after the other. We're supposed to have a mutual effort in building a healthy relationship. And so I think we have to be very careful with this chasing that we tell men to do, because it really is not working to their benefit. And the reality is that if you were to survey men and you ask them, those who have chased, the majority have found themselves played. Those who stood strong and still, of course, express your interest, express your desire, show an effort to get to know this woman, absolutely. But once we get into chasing, it does not work in the man's favor.
What about the man that chases you down to the floor, then gets chase you all the way down to the floor, then gets you. Then once you give in and concede, then he treats you like you weren't worth the chase.
Exactly.
So who's that guy?
Well, that guy is still the chasing guy. So here's the thing. The man who's chasing in most situations, his mindset is, okay, I'm going to do all this work to get you. Now that I've gotten you, it's your turn to get to me. I don't have to keep pointing you because I did all exactly. It's a one-sided affair. So you start off one-sided, you're going to continue one-sided. But the problem is he's going to switch it to your side now. And now it's on you to give to him. That's what you find in a lot of situations. The man will chase till he gets you. And then it's like, okay, what you going to do for me now?
Well, let's go back to this chasing.
Here we go.
Came through with a little broom and a short little dustpan and try to clean up a little bit. But when you said you talked about like the chasing and a man should still try to find out who a woman is and all of that and get to know her. I agree with that. But we got to be very careful with the words we use to craft and shape the minds of our men. Okay, because they will completely just take one thing and stretch it all the way out. They'll take it's just an anthill and then.
Okay. Anybody else want to start? Because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to start. So okay. Well, I'll start. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. I totally agree with him. That was the thing. Again, I always approach women that way. Like Dave said, I'm not big on rejection. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to play myself. I don't definitely like to play myself. And I told, I think last time we did another live, I said, when it comes to women and social cues, I was like, I intentionally ignore a lot of social cues with women until me and her can have a conversation. Like if a woman is looking at me a certain way, or she like when I was dating, I was out there, if she's looking at me a certain way, or flirting and doing the things with her hair, or doing all that other extra stuff. To me, it was just you just fixing your hair, or you just staring at me because you may like my sweater, or you may like my shirt, or whatever it is, maybe a fly on my head, you know what I'm saying? But what I would do is I would break the ice and say, hey, how you doing? I'll introduce myself, or I'll try to find a way to build conversation with her. So that way, if she has any interest in me, I will know in that conversation where she would give me that time. I knew that she was interested in me based on how she gave me time and conversation. If I felt like she wasn't giving me time and conversation, and then because she wanted me to be some source of entertainment for her, because she was flirting with me, because she thought whatever, and then I was supposed to be sitting there spitting all the sweet stuff. Nah, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm if I feel like you may be interested, or I'm interested, I'm going to try to see if we can reach somewhere level-headed, or in a level-headed place where we can have conversation. I definitely agree with that whole chasing thing. It's again, like men and women both pursue people that they are interested in, and in that pursuit they wind up again getting played because it puts that person on this pedestal. That person egos get blasted out. They think, okay, this person is chasing me. Oh, I got them. I got them. They, they ain't going nowhere. They got, I got them. Oh, he ain't going nowhere. Oh, she ain't going nowhere because she pursued me or he pursued me. So sometimes, not in all cases, when a person is pursued, they get played. But it's just that the whole idea that men should chase women, I definitely agree that men shouldn't chase women. I think it should be a mutual. It should be like if you feel like the person's interested or you think that person's interested, I think it should be stimulated. You will be able to find that out in conversation or try to meet on some mutual ground. I do agree with the fact that if a guy is interested, he should ask her out. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're interested, ask her out. You know what I'm saying? Shoot your shot, see what happens. You know what I'm saying? I believe in shooting your shot, but at the same time, trying to chase someone or pursue this person, I definitely think that nobody should pursue anybody like that.
So, question: if no one is pursuing anyone, then who is going to date? Because somebody has to make that first move, right? Like, I'm personally, I like when people show me interest. I may not show you interest back at first because I have stuff to do. I'm kind of busy. I need to understand that you're serious about pursuing me and kind of wanting to be in my life. So after I see it's consistent, then maybe I will mirror what you're giving me if I feel the same way. But I mean, that whole I'm not going to chase you. A girl shouldn't chase a man shouldn't chase a woman. Like who's going after who then? Like if we're all just sitting back waiting for everybody to make the first move, like somebody has to be.
But that's why I said like that's why I said I don't disagree with shooting your shot. That's why I said like shoot if I see a girl and I feel like for any guy, if a guy sees a girl, he thinks she's pretty, he's like, I like her. I'm gonna go talk to her. Like they had a club, they had a bar, he sees her on the street, wherever. Oh, hey, what's up? My name is XYZ. Boom, 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 boom. Here, take my number or give me your number and I'm gonna give you a call, whenever so we can meet up or we could text, we could talk on the phone, yada yada. I totally agree with that. But the constant pursuit of someone to try to figure out whether they're interested in you, like again, I got things to do. I got a life to live, and I don't want to be sitting there with these emotions. And like, there was this girl one time, older chick, thought she was hot, right? So I had a friend or whatever. She had a sister. I was like, yo, your sister's hot. I want to holler at her. She was older than me. I was like, I want to holler at her. Boom, 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 boom. She tells her sister all the crazy stuff I was saying about her. Boom, 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 boom. Right? That's New York talk. Boom, 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 boom. Right? So then, what happened is one day I see her, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna shoot my shot. So I walk with her, talk with her. I'm like, yo, give me your number or let's exchange numbers so we could talk. And so I could take you out to a nice seafood dinner, and we could chill, So I just told her that, So she was like, all right, cool, that'd be cool. She gives me her number, right? Okay, cool. She gives me her number. We don't really. I think we text like maybe. I think it was like maybe like once or twice. Then a week passes. She hits me up. She's like, "Boom, what you doing after work?" I'm like, "I'm not really doing too much." I'm like, "I'm really doing anything." She was like, "Oh, come to my crib." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go to her crib, right? Go to her house. We sit down. We have great conversation. We talk for like the whole night. Everything is cool. Now I'm really digging this girl. I'm like, this girl is, I'm really feeling. I'm like, I like her, but I'm not trying to put myself too much out there because I'm looking at her like she got the potential to have me screw up in the head. So I'm just gonna leave it as we having this great conversation. Let me just see where this goes, right? So here it is. After that, now we playing phone tag. Then it's like she hit me up every now and then. And then it's like, all right, boom. So, so the conversation goes cold. I leave it at that. Here it is. I go get married, right? And I mean, like I went and got married. Like I went and got a whole woman, got all married and everything. Here she comes back like a month later. I see her. She randomly pops up. Oh, you went off and got married and da 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 da. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like
what you just described is two people that were afraid of rejection. So you guys may have had potential. You may have had potential to be something, more than what it was. But it just sounds like you both had reservations about getting hurt. It was some barriers up. It was some walls present. You hesitated because you didn't want her to, screw you up in the head, whatever that means.
No,
And, obviously she may have felt the same way. So that's why, that kind of triggered seeing you with someone else playing that happily ever after role. Maybe she was fantasizing about being that, wife. You never know. You didn't give it a chance. She didn't give it a chance. So
the shot was already shot. The bullet was in the clip. It was already released.
But everybody's concerned about not wanting to be a clown. Like, I don't want to look like a clown. I don't want him to think I'm sweating him. Like, I'm not thirsty. I'm not gonna press him. I'm not gonna text him today. And you're doing the same thing. So, I mean, here y'all are both, sitting down stupid, and then, you go off, you get married, and she there looking like, oh man, I miss out on my guy.
Okay, but why would I ask? I already put myself, like, I think this is the thing. Whenever somebody asks someone out, first off, whenever a person approaches a person to talk to that person, you already put yourself out there. When you ask for the number, you already put yourself out there. When you ask the person out, you already put yourself out there. You're already out there. So
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like she was an easy kill. She gave you the layup. You just didn't, shoot the ball. Like, you said that she invited you over to the crib. Like, it seems like you was kind of fronting on that. Like, that's what it sounds like.
How was I fronting?
That was lined up for you. I don't even know what happened there. Like, you. Honestly, everything happens for a reason, because everything is divine. Everything is written, right? Like, so you were supposed to not, end up with that because you have a beautiful relationship now, but there was something that prevented you from taking that step forward. But I don't know. It's a lot of fronting going on out here. I don't know. The people gotta kind of lower their inhibitions.
Okay, so hold on a second. So let me ask you this question, right? So I asked her out on a date to get to know her as a person, and she invites me to her house to slap them cheeks, right? And I didn't clap them cheeks up. I messed it up.
Yeah. That was an easy kill. I don't know what happened. Like, maybe you didn't want it that easy. See, you wanted her to play hard to get. So you're gonna have to pick a side. You want to chase me? You want to chase something, or you don't? Like, y'all are so confused. Like, don't get me started, man. Y'all want y'all want a good girl, but then you want a bad girl. You don't know what you want. You want to chase it. You don't want to chase it. You want to be cool. You don't want to be cool. Which one is it? Please pick a side, and tell your friends to pick a side too. Just spread the word. I just need y'all to spread the word.
No, hold on, Jake. I chose the side. I chose the side. I said I want to get to know you, and see, that's the thing. That's the thing, right? Because women get all because this thing about women sometimes, y'all could take simple things and make it perplex. Like, I just said I want to take you out and want to get to know you. I said I want to take you out and get to know you. You invite me over to the crib, and she told me she said bring a Dutch. She said bring a Dutch and come over to the crib. She was trying to spark me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, I want to get to know you. I'm like,
you said she was older. She was older.
What you asked for, and you get the other thing, and then it's a problem.
Nah, it just sounded like she wanted to skip all the, she just wanted to get to dessert. You was trying to, wine and dine. She didn't want all that.
Okay. Okay.
So Wayne comments. He says GTD. So for y'all, the means Martin. No, I'm sorry. Tommy said it best when he says, "Got the draws down." Yeah, that's what that meant. Very interesting. Steph, you have anything to say? I mean, I have my view on it, but I want to see what you have to say.
I mean, when somebody is interested in you, if you got to continue to texting the person, calling the person, trying to make plans with the person, and the person is not trying to do it equally, I feel like a lot of women are like, I'm the catch here, like I'm the prize here. We know that, but so are men. There are good men out there that I'm like, I'm gonna text you, I'm gonna call you, I'm gonna plan dates.
Right.
So it's it's the times that we live in. Like, you know, it's
Yep.
oh, I'm the catch. He got to show me that he wants to be with me. But what are you doing to show him that you're worth that? So
Right.
what the gentleman said in the video, he's not wrong. And it's like a lot of women make the man work, right? And then they get so tired of working that it's like, all right, I got you. So show me what you're worth now. Show me why I put in this effort to get you. Show me that it was worth it.
Got you. Okay. So, this topic of pursuing and chasing, it hits home for me. It hits home hard. Because I've been that guy.
The chaser?
Yes.
I think every guy's been that guy.
Yeah. But me more so. That's how you know. So I'll tell y'all a quick story. So I've been chasing Steph for 22 years. But yet, I'm joking. But also, like, but yeah, like, I mean, again, you know, chasing it's tiring. It's stressful. It's especially when you're chasing and you don't get reward behind it or reward from it. It can be draining. So I agree with him. Like, and it's funny because I have a lot of examples, but let's like my ex. Let's use my ex. It was a time where I was, you know, trying to get back with her. And I was pursuing heavy. Like, I was doing stuff that I shouldn't not have been doing. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like, yo, I should have to do this. Like, I was with you. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we just do this? And I look back on it and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't do it, because I would have gotten to the point where I'm just like the guy said, I'm like, all right, I got you. I put all this effort and work to get you. Was it worth it? And once I have that kind of attitude or mindset, then it's never gonna work out. It is never gonna, you know, progress, because I'm always gonna be like, yo, like I pursued you for X amount of time and this is it.
So what reward are you looking for?
Why did you feel like you had to go back?
Yeah.
Say it again.
Why did you feel like you had to go back to your ex?
Well, at the time when I was a little younger, and with her, like I felt like I spent a lot of time with her. Like, I was with her for like over 10 years. And you know, when you're with somebody for that long, you know the person in and out. They know you. So it was a sense of comfortability at the same time of, you know, I guess I felt that that's who I was supposed to be with. You know what I'm saying? And then that was my mindset then. As I got older, of course, you know, I look back on it like, yo, what was I doing? You know what I'm saying? But at that time, yes, I felt like, you know, I've been with her for so long. We know each other in and out. So this is who I'm comfortable with. She knows me. I don't, you know, and I've been with her for so long. This is what it's supposed to be, and that was my mindset. So, and again, it got me where I am now. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, we're not together, and it. I mean, and I would say it's also a lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? I always, because I even got a tattoo that says "Never failure, always a lesson," and I feel like everything you do, it becomes a lesson. You know what I'm saying? You can't look at it, oh, I messed up, or I shouldn't have did that. You know what I'm saying? No, you did these things because you're in the moment. But then if you can learn something from it and not let it happen again, you know what I'm saying? It's a life lesson for me.
I feel sad right now. Should I be feeling sad for you? Like, I feel like I'm in my feelings right now. Like, should we be playing Drake? I'm confused. Like, what's going on?
Pour myself a drink.
Right. Like, you got me. It's just therapy right now. Okay. Got it.
But I think those moments come because everybody's been in that situation. I've been in that situation where, you know, I pursued women before, or I pursued a person, you know, and I felt like the love wasn't reciprocated. And I mean, I'm very like I have like me. I'm very I can't say I'm prideful, but you know, like when it comes again, I don't like playing myself. So when I get when I get in those situations where I feel like it's not being reciprocated, you know, I definitely become confrontational. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? What we doing? If nothing serious is coming out of this, then I gotta bounce. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, I remember, you know, being that guy who, you know, desperately wanted to be in love, desperately wanted a serious relationship, and being in a relationship that was toxic, trying to make it work, and it wasn't working because the person was immature. The person was immature, and they just pretty much didn't have the level of maturity to kind of meet me or meet the relationship where it needs to be, and then having to end it. You know what I mean? Because again, it wasn't there, and then I had to learn personally, like, you know, you only got you got to learn how to nip things in the butt, like, you know, again. And it's like Victoria was talking about dating. It's like shoot your shot, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like shoot your shot. If it ain't working, move on. Shoot your shot, move on. Shoot your shot, move on. And it's like when you with that person that's right, it's going to click. You know what I'm saying? It's all going to click together, you know. But it's a lesson that everybody learns. You know what I'm saying? People learn, you know.
Right, and like you said earlier, Si, I mean, I'm just like you to a certain extent. Like as far as social cues, I've been out places and people have told me later, like, "Yo, that shorty was checking you out, or did you not notice, or did you not see how she was looking at you?" Or shit. And I'm like, "Yo, I didn't see nothing." Like unless there is as obvious as Steph said last week, where she literally gives him the finger, like, "Yo, come over here." Like I would not know. Like I would just miss so many opportunities and so many because I don't see him. I really don't see him, nor do I pay attention to him.
But sometimes you go out and the intention is not to meet somebody. So it's like the tunnel vision is just, you just have tunnel vision. Like, I'm going to just chill with my boys. I'm going to chill with my peoples, enjoy dinner, enjoy a couple drinks, not be bothered by no nonsense. But yeah. I mean,
or it could be a deeper issue, and you have this wall up, and you don't want to be hurt again. So you're
in the process of healing, and it's just
absolutely that too.
I just don't see him.
You don't need nobody disturbing your soul.
I'm just blind to it. Like, and it is crazy because I've even been out like restaurants, and you know, we're just sitting there chilling, the fella, and they be like, "Yo, shorty, did you not just see how shorty was looking at you?" Or like, I'll give you an example. So, I was at work one day, and I was working with my female coworker, and you know, the lady came up to me, and you know, with regular conversation, we was all working together, and she walked off, and shorty was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Did you not see how she was all over you?" And I'm like, "What? What did you see that I didn't see?" Because I didn't. Obviously, we didn't see. We were not looking at the same. You know, so we're not looking through the same glass. So she's like, "Yo, she was feeling you. The way she came on you." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yo, first and foremost, I don't know what you saw, but whatever you saw, I need to see because apparently, like, we just don't see it eye to eye. Like, I didn't see none of that. None of whatever you're talking about. I didn't see anything."
Well, maybe like, subconsciously you want to be chased. How about that?
I mean, well, to be honest with you, like, I'm gonna be real with you right now. I'm gonna be real. You know what I'm saying, for the show, no bias or nothing. I am that shy guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. So when I go out, if a woman was to approach me, that would be the world to me because sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'll
be careful what you ask for. Be careful what you ask for.
No, and I say that because it is because sometimes I may not know what to say. You know what I'm saying? Or I may be shy and I may not have the courage to come over to you. But if a girl approaches me to spark that conversation and we can go from there, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, and I don't know what it is, I'm trying to get over it, but I don't have that in me to go forward. You know what I'm saying? Or to just be like, all right, I'm about to go talk to this girl right now. I have my moments when I do, but 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying, I'll make eye contact. I'll say, oh, I think she's cute, or I'll be like, yo, shorty bad, but that's as far as it'll go.
I think you think you overprocess it too much. Like you think too much. Like it's like when you talk to a girl, like you gotta, because I mean, and I understand what you, because I used to feel this. I used to feel the same way too. Like I used to overprocess it. I look at a girl, I'd be like, because most guys say when a girl looks at a guy and they like the guy, they automatically start imagining their life with the guy. Like you know what I'm saying? And they be like,
Who lied to y'all?
We're gonna be together. Oh, we're gonna have long walks on the beach. Oh, we're gonna have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 4 kids. Like,
that is not a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that is, you are capping right now. That is not.
I don't think it's always the case, but like I used to overthink it too. Like I'd be like, I look at a girl, I think she was attractive. I'd be like, man, I could see myself with her, or I could see myself, and I begin to realize like I'm overthinking this. Like she might even say no. Like she might say no, you know what I'm saying? Or she may say yes, and it might just be just a conversation and that's it. It might not even go anywhere. She might not even be anything great. It might not amount to anything great. And I remember having this crush on this girl at my job one time, and I thought she was the finest thing since sliced bread. And I went and I was like, I was nervous, but I was like, I'm gonna shoot my shot. And I seen her and I shot my shot. And I got her number and I was happy. And she was very happy because she was really smiling and she was laughing and she was giggling. And I was like, yes, I got her number. And then when me and her started talking, guess what? It went nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. And I seen this girl at my job every now and then. And what happened was because I had to, and it was one of those situations where I had came out of a toxic relationship, and I started dating a little bit more, and I began to start to realize the value of who I am as a person, the value of what I can give as a man, and how much I keep overvaluing the person that I'm pursuing. And then I begin to realize, like, no, I have value, and I add value, and I am a valuable person. So when I shot my shot, got her number, and we started talking, she told me, she was like, oh, she just came out of a relationship. I was like, oh. So I'm like, okay, so obviously I don't want to be a rebound, and I ain't, what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be rebound. I'm looking for something a little bit more deeper because I like you. I really like you. So I want to see if I could do anything, deeper with you, go anywhere deeper with you. I invited her out again. Victoria. And again, apparently it went nowhere. Like it didn't go nowhere. But what happened was she wanted to keep having conversation and texting and stuff. And I'm like, yo, let's go. Like I'm not a phone person unless I meet you in person. So or get to know you in person, I should say. Get to know you in person. So it was like when she was like, kind of like just, kind of not playing around, but she was just not really giving me a time when she wanted to meet up, but she just wanted to keep texting. I'm just like, yo, when we gonna hang out? And then when she told me she just came out of a relationship, I was like, yo, I ain't trying to be nobody's rebound. So I let that situation, I let that well run cold. I let it run cold. I left it as it is. And I was just like,
good job.
So,
Yeah.
You dodged the bullet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that was red flags all day. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm like Neo in the Matrix, baby. I'm okay. I'm picky. I'm a picky guy. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not picky, but I'm forthcoming, and I don't like to play games. I'm like, either it is what it is, or it is what it ain't. So that's how I get down.
And see, me, like I said, when I do have the courage to, approach a woman, this is 9 times it's a no, or they'll say, yeah, don't answer the phone. I've had it all. So that doesn't give me the confidence to want to keep pursuing it if I haven't had success doing it. And that's just me. This is the reality of it.
Have you tried online dating?
Doesn't work.
Yeah, what? Online to my stalkers, maybe some stalkers online. Yeah.
That doesn't work for me. All right, so last topic. So for the guys like me, for you ladies, if a guy sends his homeboy to you and says, hey, my friend or my boy's interested in you, or is that nah, I'm good?
That's a good question.
If the guy is attractive, I'm all for it. That's happened to me a couple of times actually. And sometimes you'll look over and you'll be like, damn, like I wish the guy that came up to me was the one. You know what I mean? Like is, you know, you look over at the friend, you're like, fuck.
Comes up to you that
like,
is
damn.
that you want.
Word. Yeah. So like, as long as the guy is attractive or I'm attracted to the person, that's fine. But most of the times it's not a good situation because I'll look over like, yeah, no.
Like, yeah,
But because I'm so polite, because that's such an on the spot thing, I'll at least will chat them up maybe if I have the time. But like, because I don't want to give like real time rejection. Like I'll do prolonged rejection.
Okay, so question. So do you think it's more attractive if the guy came up to you and talked to you versus his friend doing that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just shows that he has, you know, some kind of confidence about himself, and it wasn't like he's serious, like he wants it, and it's not his friends forcing him, you know, like, oh man, you need a girl to pick you up, you know, like you need a girl tonight, like let me go get you one, you know, like that kind of situation. Yeah, definitely, it is better if the guy comes up to you for sure.
I remember the first time that actually happened. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to somebody I know. And I remember it was in junior high school, and it was the prom, and my friend John said, yo, go ask that girl, would you go to the prom with me? And I said, cool. It's the first time I ever learned this lesson. And I went over there, and I said, hey, you know, whatever her name is. I said, hey, my name is, no, I didn't introduce myself. I said, hey, you going to the prom? And she turned around in such dazzling fashion, because like when she turned around, it's like everything just got brighter. She did like one of those poses where you go like this. Like one of those poses. I don't know. But anyway, she did like a pose when she turned around. She was on the staircase and she turned around and she was like, yes, I'm going to the prom. So she thought I was going to ask her. I was like, oh, you are good. I said, because my friend John wanted to go to the prom. And she was like, no. And then I was like, okay, John, she said no.
Yeah, she probably was hoping for you to ask. Yeah, it's an awkward situation. It's very awkward. You know, when you see a guy approaching, you're like, okay, here he is, here he comes, and then for him to say, no, my friend, you're like, what? No, what are you guys doing? What is this? What is this? Yeah, right. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, super awkward.
Yeah.
All right, Steph, you got anything to close?
No.
All right, so we are at the hour and 42-minute mark. This is a pretty good show. I have, you know, I let you guys in on a little bit of Jay Suave.
Jay Suave.
But yeah, so yeah, like I said, it was a great show. Hopefully you guys had fun. All the viewers, hope you guys, you know, learned something. And, you know, like I said, just, you know, hit us up. Comment in the comments, you know, subscribe. The YouTube channel is up. As we post more videos, it'll be more recognizable in the YouTube search. It is the Chop House. Right as of right now, you can follow us on Facebook as well. Or if you feel that, you know, as we're talking, you have a strong opinion, let us know. You can debate us live. You know, we're all for it, you know. So again, just, you know, you reach out. Communication is key. So, you know what I'm saying, we'll just let us know, you know what I mean? But again, my name is Jay McMain.
So I am the dream.
Your girl Steph.
Victoria Elizabeth.
All right. And we definitely enjoyed you guys, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.